Hey, how's it going? Another little story here. I think this is a good one. I do. I really do think this is a good one. I'm sorry I don't shuffle on camera. See, I like to read the story first so I can tell it better. Um, I can do readings in the other way, but this is just fun. So, and it's really entertaining for me. So, anyway, let's do it. This story, let me tell you, this story starts off with the death card. Right. So this something happened, right? Some type of major transformation. Just it happened. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but right below it, we've got the Four of Cups upside down, right? And so what this seems like is making a choice to choose something without realizing you're choosing something, you're not choosing something else. I think that's what that means. And so the transformation, the mindset shift change that happened caused the reprioritization, because one thing was chose without the other being real, without, realizing that the other was not, you know, and though the choice was made, um, we'll never know what happened, right? In the other way, you know. So we went in one direction. And so what that's showing, I think, is like a lingering sense of like, I don't think that was the right move, like you're at that place, or maybe that's the long-term view because this is in the sixth position. So it's underneath it. So we'll come to it as a major energy around. Now it's just a supporting energy, for the transformation, describing the transformation. One thing was chosen and something else was not chosen. And it wasn't realized that the other thing wasn't chosen. Makes sense. And then the next card comes to you, the next major energy we got is Nine of Cups reversed. And so what I'm getting about this is I'm getting that the decision was made, the transformation was done in an effort to manifest the Nine of Cups, right? Believing that the direction that the direction that this warrior on the horse is going, is in, there's a reason for it, because he's being pushed forward like this. Like if we look, this is how they're set up, saying he's marching towards, the ace of, not the ace of, yeah, the Nine of Cups reverse. So he's marching towards a dream, a wish, but the wish is not there, right? And then it seems, I think we need to stop for a second. I think we need to stop for a second. We need to talk about an underlying factor, right? An underlying factor. Right underneath this wish card, upside down, the wish that's not there, we've got the Queen of Wands reverse. And I think that shows a kind of quality to the Ace of Cups, or the, I keep wanting to say, the Nine of Cups reverse. I think in that dream, right, in that wish was love, right? Which is sweet. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my God. But in the next card we come to, in the story, the next part of the story is the Two of Pentacles, right? And so you see this guy here standing in front of the water, some boats behind him, and he's juggling two pentacles. And those two pentacles are wrapped in eternity. So it shows the perception of the two choices is representative of eternity, right? These are the two most important choices that this person's going to have to make, right? I mean, that's what it would feel like. It's not a major arcana card, so it is more of an everyday feeling, but I'm sure that we all can identify with those. This decision is very important. And so now maybe looking back, it's because he got to this point and realized that the dream that he wanted, the dream that he thought would bring this love into his heart, right? It's not what he thought it was. It's not a direction that represents the core of what drives this person forward, what drives him to have the death card at all. Sometimes we can do those kind of changes, we can make those elaborate changes out of love for ourselves and not realize that we're choosing one and not the other when we should be choosing the other. It's very important that we really strategize our choices and see what's going on and talk to people who really know us so that they can keep us on track and say, no, that's not really you. Or allow us to go through things and just still support us the whole time from afar. That's, it's good stuff. So now I think what's provoking this I think what's provoking this questioning, right, is it's in the next card. And the next card is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, this is like showing what's manifesting wealth, right? Manifesting abundance. And so, but it's upside down, and I think that means that the abundance is the abundance, right? Or the idea of abundance, or the feeling of abundance is still trapped, right? Still within you. And so maybe that's why it's so difficult for him to pick. You know, I mean, right underneath the Two of Pentacles, the previous card, it's got the Ace of Cups upright. You know, so it's saying, what is it? In his left hand, he has the Ace of Cups, and in his right hand, he has the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You know, what a choice, right? What a choice. You know, either a cup full of love, you know, or security, right? Financial security, you know, that kind of abundance, you know. Both of them are needed, obviously, and that's why the decision is so difficult. But, you know, he's to that point. And so it looks like, this is what it looks like. It looks like for this guy, no real decision was made, right? It was just going, knowing for so long that, you know, he's feeling this way, we're feeling this way, and just continuing to try to reap the fruits of the harvest. But the fruits of the harvest end up being the Seven of Pentacles, which is failure is associated with this card. And so I think that maybe not one big thundering, resounding failure, but maybe small, tiny, everyday ones, you know, knowing that there's a choice to be made and we're not making it. And then we're the fruits of our labor are coming up as just dry, you know, dry grapevine. Sucks. I get it. I do. I get it. But you know, in the background of this, because I mean, we come back to a card beneath the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune upright. We got the Wheel of Fortune, and it's in conjunction with the Ace of Cups. So maybe the reason the decision is so hard is because we know that we are capable of doing both. We're capable of it. I'm aware that both need to be done, and so I need to figure out a way to do both. I can't just have one. It's just not the way I'm going to do it. I can't live my life out of balance anymore, right? I think it's very common. I think it's very common. You know, it's just we have the emotional intelligence or the ability to look at what's going on, to understand that this is actually what's happening, you know, and maybe a slight belief in spirituality. It's up to you. You don't have to. I could speak science. So the next cup we got is, the next card we got is that Four of Cups reversed. The Four of Cups reversed, that refusal. Now, it's reversed. And so you could say that it's a refusal within the heart, right? It's a refusal within the heart, in which consequences and decisions are made from that. But it doesn't have to necessarily be like a direct refusal because it is in the upside down position. I mean, I guess either way. So it seems like this period for this person stagnated for a long, you know, not doing nothing, but more losing the zest and the relish for what motivated them to have that card and, you know, the Death card in the first place, and that vision of the Nine of Cups, even if it wasn't there, right? That takes drive. You know, it takes something to change your life or to make that large of a change. And so it looks like there's stagnation. And now the stagnation doesn't look like it's coming from a lack of knowledge. It just looks like it's coming from a lack of a desire to emotionally invest, you know, when all good things come through, emotional investment and the logical steps to come to bring that to fruition. I mean, right? I don't know. I'm not very good at that. All right. You know, and I think this is the part where we come back to the Queen of Wands. And it's right after the, you know, that refusal card. That's interesting. But, you know, but she's there in the reading, right? She's there in the reading and she's not at the end. So that means the energy is affecting everything, you know, and being in conjunction with the Ace. I mean, the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups And then and then that Four of Cups, right in it. That's like the emotional body of the reading. You know what I mean? You got cups, cups, cups. Uh, and then there's that, right? But it's not at the end, right? That's a beginning section. So I think that's important. And the Ace of Cups is right on the other side of it, right? And that's showing, I think, the energy as it goes through the choice that wasn't made, right? We can see that. You know what I mean? We can finally see that. After this period of stagnation, it takes this time to stagnate and to just be like, wow, what I have been doing is not what I want to do, yada yada yada, all of that, you know. And then, it's like from the rest of the reading, having the Queen of Pentacles upside down is is it looks like winning an uphill battle. That's what it looks like. And, we got the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune and the Hangman in reverse. And so the only card of that concerns is Hangman in reverse. Because we come through it, right? We use the energy, right, of the stagnation and the rejection of the things that we actually do want. And then we use that image as like a logos to propel us emotionally forward so that we're able to use our intellect and knowledge to navigate the world with a propulsion of, what's emotionally driving us. And so remembering that it's the Queen of Wands that's driving you, the symbol for that in your life, whatever it is, that's going to take you to the Ace of Cups, the overflowing, you know what I mean? The decision to, open up that heart chakra, and through that, because the only way it looks like it's going to get through is by doing that, right? Only way is by going through that pain, right? Queen of Wands reversed, through that part of himself, his life, whatever, and finding, you know, his own full cup. I mean, that's the only way to say it, finding his own full cup. And then through that, through having a full cup, we have fortune, right? Time is turning. Now it's like, cool. As soon as you decide that you're done laying around hating life or despising people or what do you think? Feeling sorry, self-victimization where it's not due. I think as a man, I'm sorry for saying that, but I think as a man, other men can understand that. Um, identifying, am I really a victim in a certain situation? All that, right? Those types of changes in attitudes. That's the ones that you sit around thinking about, waiting for. All those come only when you decide to fill your own cup. And it's a lot of logical steps on the way there, right? Because if we don't have that emotional self pushing us forward, right? If we're in that period of stagnation and loss, and just really understanding what is going on, we can find ourselves in a place to where we finally realize that we need to fill our own cup again, and that filling our own cup is the answers that we're looking for. It's just not easy. We have to do things, right? Do things that we know we emotionally would like to do, but don't want to do them, like going for a walk or something like that when you're bored, right? Or telling stories. And then, okay, so the last card, here it is. So it looks like this person has finally, gone through this, just gone in the wrong direction, or not in the wrong direction, but in a direction that doesn't authentically represent the martyrship that occurred at that beginning death card, right? He martyred, right? And I say martyr because this card, which is at the end, is associated with martyrship. Because when it's like this, we look at it and it's like the enlightened one has martyred himself for the other people, right? It's symbolic of, savior ideas. And it also requires patience. And it also calls for just waiting, right? I'm waiting on purpose. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Like just have patience and know that good things come to those who wait and don't rush in, just hang yourself up to dry for a little while and try to enjoy it and then take action, right? And so I think that when this card is upside down, he's upright. And I think what that means is it's, go. Maybe I could, maybe. No, that's how the story ends. Absolutely. That's what we're going with. Yeah. Go, go, dude. I mean, obviously, I think there's caution just regarding this card in general. And so it's like move forward, but be cautious. Slowly move forward, right? Take one step at a time, but don't hang yourself up to dry on purpose, for some reason. Because sometimes that's important. Sometimes you just gotta like back up, do nothing, don't do crap. But other times it's important to cautiously move forward. And it's just as other times it's important to rush forward. You know, I think that's just what the energy is calling for at the end. So I think that's a pretty interesting story. Um, I don't know. I know this isn't very specific to signs or anything, but I'm gonna do some signs videos too, like fire, water, earth, air. I think that's how we'll do it. All righty. Thank you. I hope you have a great day.